Hey guys, welcome back. I am going to be sharing the tea on childbirth, kind of talk about like some things I haven't yet, some things on my experience, just some tough stuff, you guys. Childbirth is insane. It's amazing, but it's a lot. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notifications, that way you get notified every time I upload. You don't want to miss a video. I did ask you guys on Instagram to leave me some juicy questions that you wanted me to answer in this video. I'm really active on Instagram, so if you're not following me, definitely follow me. Okay, so first question is, how was your hospital experience during COVID? This is a juicy question for sure, you guys. Obviously, we're in COVID times and things aren't normal. So I just want to start off by saying, I think in my labor and delivery story video, I mentioned this. They let me know that I can have 2 people in the hospital and in the room with me while I was giving birth. And then once I got there ready to give birth, I was told that I can only have 1 person. Which I understand. It kind of sucked that like they gave me the wrong information, and I just wasn't up to date, and I was just like, I was mentally prepared for the other route, so I was just sad about that. So definitely like it made the whole experience different because I already had mentally prepared for my support system to be, 2 people. So there's that part, and I will say overall, our whole experience there did have its ups and downs. We did meet some of the nicest nurses, the nicest doctors. We did have some like unfortunate experiences, just cases where like not everyone was that helpful or that informative, I guess I would say. I don't even know if that's the right word to use, but even when it came down to eating, you guys, so after I had given birth, like the next day we were gonna eat, me and Jose, for breakfast, and they were letting us know that like only I had meals, that he didn't have any meals. He only had like a celebration meal, like to celebrate, versus me, I had a meal like every hour if I wanted, and he wasn't offered that. So that was kind of disappointing, just because he is the father and he was there and a part of our, journey. So there's that, they weren't that friendly. And I guess maybe because of COVID, they were just not having a lot of everything. Also, to you guys, when we were leaving the hospital and we were ready to be discharged, they forgot to give us our paperwork, meaning like birth certificate papers to sign. They forgot to give us like our vaccination card for her. Just a number of things, you guys, like the declaration where it shows that she was born, at this time, at this weight and everything. But that was so disappointing. We literally, I think, yeah, it was the next day that we had been discharged, or even that same day, I think later in the day, we had to go back to the hospital. They were like, hey, you forgot your paperwork. And I'm just like, we didn't forget it. Like, you guys forgot to give it to us. We're new parents. I didn't know that, there's a number of things I need to leave with. They weren't really helpful in that way. They weren't like really informing us that, hey, you guys need to take this home with you. So yeah, I will say that that was disappointing as well. And I had my baby at Sutter. It's here in California, so I don't know. And I know hospitals are different everywhere, but here in my area, it wasn't like the greatest. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 experience. Those were just some little things that I had to deal with, and I can't remember right now, but there's probably more. We were just in the hospital for 1 night, 2 days. They had offered us actually to stay another night, but you guys, I was so ready to go home. I literally felt like I wasn't healing. I wasn't improving in the hospital. I feel like the hospital can be so depressing sometimes, and I was just so ready to come home. I'm like, no, I want to go home. I'm feeling good. So we just ended up coming home, and that was just the best decision for us. Next question is, did you poop? No, I did not poop. I have the full video of my birth, of the baby's birth, so I can confirm that I did not. But that was another thing that I was really like nervous and scared about. I was kind of like, no, I don't want that to happen to me, because I know that happens, and it's totally normal, and like, that's okay if it did happen. But I was low-key hoping that it wasn't gonna happen. The same thing with throwing up. I didn't want to throw up. That's why I wasn't eating before, or like in the early stages of labor. Even when they told me that I still could eat, I didn't want to, because I was like, no, I'm gonna get sick later, and I have like a weak stomach, so I get sick really easily. So I was just like in my head about that for sure. Did you use everything you packed? Would you add anything or leave anything? I do want to film a full dedicated video to what I used in my hospital bag, the supplies that they gave me, you know, to come home with, you know, if I wanted to add anything to my hospital bag. I want to keep this answer short. I didn't actually use everything in my bag. I won't say what items, but I did not use everything. They provided some things, and some things that I was told that they were going to provide, they actually didn't. So definitely stay tuned for that video. I am going to be filming it soon. Did your water break naturally? No, so they actually, after I had my epidural at 9 centimeters, they broke my water. I didn't feel it. I just felt a little pressure. I feel like at that point too, like when I got to the hospital, my water was probably the only thing keeping the baby in. When they did break my water, really soon after I was like ready to push, I just felt so much pressure, and I feel like that really progressed the birth. So no, they actually, they broke it there. What surprised you most about giving birth? Myself, I think. I don't know. I feel like that there's a lot I can say to this question. Like, I really surprised myself for like the strength I had in me. I just didn't even think that I could do all that, and I'm still here standing today like, okay. Do you think you could have gone without the epidural? I honestly think I could have gone without the epidural. I really think that I just got it out of fear. I was so scared, you guys. I just didn't even know all that was gonna happen, and all this pain, all these emotions. But honestly, now knowing that I can get to 9 centimeters, like, you know, without pain medication, hopefully, God willing, if I can have more kids. I do want more kids in the future, and I probably will try to go natural and do no epidural. It happened the way it was supposed to, and I got it, and luckily everything went good, no complications. But I really think that I could have done it without it. So yeah, I hope that answers that. Okay, next question. This is a long one. How does your body feel now that you're not carrying a baby inside? Do you feel normal? I will say I do feel normal, you know, like my body feels normal, but right after giving birth, it's so crazy. I feel like that's where all these emotions come in and kick in, because I did feel like so sad not having my baby like really, really close to me. And my body did feel, you know, a change. You know, obviously I don't have my baby in me anymore. And I feel like now I understand and see it. And I feel like that's kind of where postpartum comes in, where, you know, you feel overwhelmed with all these emotions, your hormones are changing. Because for like some time right after birth, I was like feeling lonely, and I was kind of feeling like I was just feeling so overwhelmed like right after. And I feel like because I was kind of sad, you know, I didn't have my baby like right here with me. So yeah, I will say I feel normal, but definitely you do feel it a little bit, because I feel like for me, I did. Does it hurt to pee after giving birth? For me personally, yes, it did pee. I mean, yes, it did pee. What am I saying? Yes, it did burn, you guys. It burned, it stinged so bad, it did hurt. I was actually tearing up in the bathroom. They really were encouraging me after I gave birth to use the restroom and to go pee. And at that point, my epidural had worn off, so I did walk to the bathroom and I was good to go. But it did sting so bad. I sat on the toilet for like probably more than 5 minutes, like debating. I was like, do I really need to pee right now? Like, should I just hold it? But they were like, no, it's not good to hold it because that'll be worse. You need to pee and let it out so your uterus can go back to its size. So I was just trying to go, but it definitely did sting. And it only stings at first, you know, for a few seconds, and it goes away right after. But it's just getting through that little part that burns, you know, it's just, I will say it does burn, so good luck. Did you rip or tear, and did you need to get stitched down there? I did not at all rip or tear, and I'm so thankful for that. I was so scared that I would. I was like preparing, and I was like, how am I gonna heal and recover from this? But luckily I didn't, so you know, I didn't really need to like worry. But I do know that that happens, and honestly, that's really scary. I don't know how that feels, so damn. Did it hurt when you pushed out the placenta? Did you actually feel it when you pushed out the placenta? So I actually did not feel it at all. Right after I felt when I had the baby, but I did not feel after that. And when they were pushing on my stomach, you know, getting the placenta and the sac out and getting everything else out, I did not really feel that. I just felt the pain when they were pushing on my stomach, but I didn't feel it actually coming out. They did show me the placenta, the little sack they did show me. They asked me to, they were like, did you want to keep it? Because, you know, you can encapsulate that, or, you know, like some people eat it, some people do all kinds of things with it. But I was like, no, I don't think I'll keep it. And I was thinking of getting it encapsulated and, you know, getting it in like a little pill form where I can eat it. But then I didn't really have time or like prepare for that, so I didn't end up keeping it. But they do ask you if you do want to keep it, or if you want to see it. Me and Jose actually did see it, and it was small. So it was just like crazy seeing that. Okay, last question. How painful was it on a scale from 1 to 10 with the epidural? So with the epidural, I did end up getting it late. You guys know I got it at 9 centimeters. So I feel like for me, it was probably like a 7 at that point. See, I got the epidural, but I feel like it didn't last long. It was wearing off quick, you know? So at the point when I was like contracting so much more and like ready to push, I definitely was feeling some pain through the contractions. I mean, through the epidural, I was feeling, you know, pain, pressure. So when they would be like, okay, are you ready to push? Push when you have a contraction, let us know when you're contracting. And I knew, I was like, okay, I'm contracting. So I would push in that moment. I actually thought that was the last question, but I have one more I'm gonna answer. Did your stomach go flat right after giving birth, or did you still have a bump? So right after giving birth, my bump actually went down immediately. I wasn't completely flat on my stomach, you know, like before pregnancy, but it definitely did go down. One thing I did want to share that like really not a lot of people prepare you for in labor and stuff, because I didn't hear about this a lot. I think I only heard it a few times, you know, in a few YouTube videos. But basically, like right after you give birth, you know, you push out the baby, you know, and then you push out the placenta. And then after that, they actually push on your stomach and they kind of like get everything out, try to get out, you know, all the excess stuff, I think, like from the placenta and everything and from the sac. So they do, you know, push on your belly. And honestly, that's really painful, you guys. For me personally, it was. So yeah, be prepared for that. They let you know it's gonna feel, you know, like a lot of pressure, but it definitely hurts, so be prepared for that. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, leave a like and a comment on this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. If you have any video suggestions or you want to see like certain content from me, please leave it down in the comments below. If you want to see just everything, let me know too.